Hi everyone, welcome to our PTE Plus online lessons. Today we'll be looking at what exactly is reading fill in the blanks and what exactly is reading writing fill in the blanks. Fill in the blanks is one of the most classic questions there is. In PTE, it is one of the harder ones, and the most weighted questions in the entire reading section. So we definitely want to master all the necessary skills we need for us to achieve the required accuracy. Before getting to the question types themselves, let's first take a close look at the weights of these two question types. As we can see here in this comprehensive table, Reading FIB and Reading Writing FIB account for more than half of the total marks of the 5 reading question types combined. Undoubtedly, we need to give higher priorities to these two question types regarding both preparation time before the exam and the actual time allocated to them during the exam. We will dive deep into the time allocation in a separate video. Now, without further ado, let's have a close look at what it is that we need to do for these two question types. So firstly, let's have a look at reading fill in the blanks. Now, let's have a look at the official Pearson introduction.
Reading. Fill in the blanks. For this item type, you see a text with some missing words. You need to drag and drop words across the screen to correctly fill in the gaps in the text. You have a list of words in the box that you can use to fill in the gaps in the text. There are more words than gaps, so we will not use all the words provided.
So essentially, this is a drag and match question. And this interface is pretty much exactly the same as what you would face on test day. It is helpful to keep track of the timer on the top right corner because time management is important. If you spend too long on one question, then you might not be able to have sufficient time needed for later questions. Also, each option can only be used once, and then it is very important to implement the skills in our all-in-one course so that you can efficiently and effectively eliminate the wrong answers. And by doing so, you can avoid a crucial mistake, which is to replace a correct answer for another blank, which basically costs you 2 marks instantly. Now, this reading fill in the blanks only contributes to reading, and it is considered by many students as the easier one compared to reading writing FIB. Now let's see what reading writing FIB is and how it is different from reading FIB. Once again, let's watch the official introduction.
Reading and writing. Fill in the blanks. For this item type, there is a passage with some missing words. Beside each gap, there is a button with a drop-down list. Left-click on this button to reveal the list of options for that gap. Select the word you think best fills the gap.
Now, it is important to know that this question not only contributes to your reading score, but also your writing one. Well, obviously, as you can see in the name of the question, right? Well, the reason behind that is for each blank, the 4 options presented to us are very, very similar. This means that unlike the reading FIB, where we can use grammar to help us eliminate and ultimately choose at most 1 out of 2, 1 out of 3 candidates, this reading writing FIB, we need to understand the meaning of the text, the meaning of the passages, the meaning of the words a lot more. Simply because the 4 options are almost identical grammatically. This means that they will always be of the same form, right? So we need to think about which one should fit into the context best. Very rarely though, about 1 out of 10 questions will you be getting a grammatical reading writing fill in the blank question test day. Since we need a lot of vocabulary skills and a wide range of reading skills and strong capability of understanding the passage, our writing skill is also assessed in this question type, because all of the skills mentioned above are essentially writing skills. Right? Now, the reading section, in the reading section, the sequence or the order of the questions appearing would be the same. Now, the first question would be reading, writing, fill in the blank. The second question would be multiple choice, multiple answer. And the third one would be read a paragraph. And then the fourth one be reading, fill in the blank. And the last one would be multiple choice, single answer. And each of them have this importance rating assigned to them. As we can see here, the most important two would be the aforementioned reading, writing FIB and reading FIB. This is followed very, very closely by reorder paragraph. And lastly, it is very important to note that in order for us to achieve our desired score, we must first achieve the required score in our speaking section. That is because read aloud alone contributes to reading for about 30%. Okay? So that means if we get a full mark in our speaking, so that is 90 in our speaking, we automatically get about 30 marks for our reading section already. So that's quite a lot, right? And also we need to pay attention to our summarized written text and also highlight correct summary and highlight incorrect words. The 5 question types in reading contributes to reading score for about 50 to 55%. And here is a recommendation of your accuracy for you to maximize the chance of getting your desired band. So for example, if your targeted score is 65, then given that you can constantly achieve 65 for speaking, then the average accuracy for your reading question types should only be around 50 to 60%. And if you're aiming for 79, given that you've achieved speaking, given that you've achieved 79 in speaking, then you should be only looking at about 75% accuracy in the reading questions. So basically, the more speaking scores you've got, the less accuracy is required for your reading section. Okay? Sounds simple. Okay, that's it for today's lesson. I'll see you again on PTE Plus.